Okay, what was it? The picture of Betty? I tried to look for a few minutes. I didn't see anything. Well, it showed normal on my end. But if you can tell me what the picture was of, I can probably figure out what it did. Uh-oh. Okay, it's bright. Good evening. Good. Thanks. Uh, I was able to put, but the picture was black and said error code. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know why I did that. I don't know if I was maybe on one of the streaming. Like I got a couple of streaming apps. I don't know if maybe I was still in it or something and trying to do the YouTube too. Yeah, it might have been, but it could have been on your side. But then it could have been. Sometimes when you stay logged into your streaming apps and don't log out and you just go straight into YouTube, I think that might cause an issue too. But Joshua, I don't know. It might have been your end, Betty. I don't know, cause Joshua didn't say anything. But you know how guys are. They'll just keep talking to you. They'll just keep on talking to you. Well, happy Wednesday. I hope that you had a wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you're having a wonderful Wednesday. It's just, what's up Wednesday? What would you do Wednesday? What did you do today, Wednesday? What do you plan to do Wednesday? What would you do? What do you plan to do? Wing Wednesday. For those who have their minds on food, Wing Wednesday. What kind of wings? Wing It Wednesday? Wing Wednesday? There are a lot of days. There are a lot of titles we can give today, right? I went for about 10 minutes, I think, the last time, so I guess I'll do about 20 more minutes. I had a busy day at work, and tomorrow is going to be busy. Oh my goodness. But Friday is on the way. Oh, Friday is on the way. Friday is on the way. Friday is on the way. Look, Betty, sometimes when it's busy, it makes the workday fly by. And next thing you know, you're at home. So, but then sometimes when it's busy, I don't know, it seems like it takes a long time. It seems like it's a long day. Sometimes it seems like if you're just so busy where your mind, you have to concentrate on something all day. A lot of times, especially if you're moving, it'll seem like it goes by fast. But if you're kind of sitting down and you have a lot to do, seems like to me it goes a little bit slower. Because I've had jobs where I sit down and I'm so busy and it seems like I'm never going to get done. And that was a long day. Seems like it was forever before it was time to go. But then I've had jobs where I'm up and about and I'm just moving. The next thing you know, you get in there at like 8 o'clock. The next thing you know, it's lunchtime. And the next thing you know, you want to take a little 15-minute break because it's like a couple of hours before you get off. And the next thing, you're out the door. You're headed home. You're headed home. It gets long for me at the desk. Oh, okay, I got you. And my brain is being stretched. Yep. Yeah, it seems like when you're busy or when you're busy at a sit down or a desk job, it does go slow. It goes slowly. But if you're moving around, You get strained, you get stressed, but at least you're moving. So it seems like that helps it, a little bit, not seem like it's going so slowly. And then a lot of times, look, for some people, it doesn't matter if they're sitting down or standing, because at the end of the day, like you said, your brain is stretched. You're having to think, you're having to do things, you're having to adjust, adapt, you're having to complete things, assignments, you're having to reach certain goals and all that stuff. And listen, by the end of the day, it's like all you can think about is going home, putting your feet up, and getting some rest. It's on the second floor. I take breaks and walk up and down the stairs. That's good. That's good. Keep that stamina up. Keep your endurance up. That's good. That's good. I used to, oh my gosh, I used to work like on the 6th floor in a building. And let me tell you, the staircase was not like a little small one between each floors. It wasn't like maybe 5 or 6 steps. Betty, I think we had maybe 20 steps between each floor. And we were on the top one for that building. It was the 6th floor. That was a workout, just getting to work and just getting ready to go home. That was a mini workout, getting to the office, going to lunch, getting back from lunch, and then going home. I say if you combine all that, it didn't take long, especially then, I didn't really think about it. It was like, you gotta do it. So you just kind of jog up and down the steps, but you don't want to do that all the time, because those are a lot of steps to misstep, okay? Those are a lot of steps to misstep. So yeah, that can be a mini workout. Going up and down a total of 4 times, that's a workout. I only have 24 steps total, and they block to my car. Okay, that's good. That's still good. Like, that's good exercise per day. You know that if you don't get a chance to work out or whatever, you know that you're going to get those steps, and you're going to have to walk that block. Hey, Georgia girl, welcome in. How you doing, Georgia girl? Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. What kind of Wednesday is it for you? Me and Betty in here just talking about having long days at work, girl. When you have those long days at work, and we're talking about like when you can, utilize the office, like by using the steps and the stairs to go up and down to exercise. She was saying that she has about 24 steps that she has to take to go to her 2nd floor, and then she has to walk a block. So even when she doesn't get a chance to work out, that's like a mini workout. That's a mini workout. Thank you, Retirement Days, Comfort Foods and More. You're okay? That's good. That's good. What did you eat for today? Your supplements. I know you did your supplements. What are you having this week? Or what have you been having this week? So yeah, Betty, going up and down steps. The only thing about that, you have to watch your heels, your Achilles, you have to watch your knees, and you have to watch your hips. Right? Especially when you're not like 20 anymore. We got to watch those things. You have to watch them. Or if you've had like some type of injury before, you got to watch those, because you don't want to do something you don't want to do. Okay? Yes, that's like a mini workout. 24 steps. I was telling her, the one office I worked in, we were on the 6th floor. That particular building, the 6th floor was the highest floor. And it didn't have like 5 or 6 steps in between floors, Georgia girl. It had like 20, about 15 to 20 between each floor. So we had to go up to work, down for lunch, back up from lunch, down to go home. And some of us would use those stairs to exercise. Go up and down on a 15-minute break. We would use those to go up and down and get some exercise in. Especially like when my kids were younger then too. And a lot of us, we would like, time we got off work, we had to book it home. We either had to book it to the school or to the after school program, or get home to get your kids from your parents or the babysitter or whoever was keeping them. So you could start on that homework. So that was a good way to exercise at work. And then when I didn't, especially when it was cold, because you wouldn't sweat a lot. You know, you wouldn't sweat a lot. And then if you didn't have time to do it on your lunch break, I would take my lunch break because I'm greedy. I gotta eat. So I would wait till right after work, and then I would do it real quick and go get the kids. Yeah, there was a lot of steps. The good thing about steps though is that it forces you to work your muscles. It forces you know to use your joints. But even before doing that, I would stretch. We would stretch because that was a workout. Because we would go from the 6th floor all the way down. You know, a couple of us would stop like midway, just depending on how your work day was going, or if you didn't have time. Like when I knew I had to really get home around about the 3rd floor, I would go from the 3rd floor to the bottom, back up and down, up and down, up and down. I would do that. And then when I would pick my kids up, especially when they started doing sports and got in band and stuff, they had hills near the school, so we would do the hills. We would do the same hills that the band director had them run. Betty says, I do physical therapy stretches, yes, and exercises and ride bikes 6 days a week. It helps me keep limber. Yes, yes, it really does. It definitely helps you keep limber. And you know, if you've ever had like an injury and you've gone to physical therapy, they show you so much that you can do that one doesn't cost a dime, doesn't cost a penny, to just try to remain limber and flexible, right? And if you're not very limber or you're not very flexible, they show you things that can get you that way, right? That can make you feel better, that can make you more limber, more flexible. And you can just, you know, continue to do those things. Just continue to do it well after the therapy. Well after the therapy. Like physical therapy, occupational therapy, well after the therapy. So yoga is definitely good for helping people to become more flexible, more limber, and just stretches in general. Stretches in general. Those dynamic stretches, to me, both dynamic stretches and static stretches help with my flexibility. How long has it been? I got 5 more minutes. Because we did that first, I think that first time I did about 10, maybe about 10 minutes. And then when I started the live over, so I got about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit because you know we gotta cool down. Gotta cool down. Gotta get the heart rate back down to normal. Gotta get your blood pressure back to normal. Gotta get your respirations back to normal. So you start to slow down. So we're gonna slow down. We're gonna hang out about 5 more minutes and we'll be done, y'all. It looks like we've only been on like 15 minutes, but I had to start the live over. Georgia Girl says, I'm having connections still here. Okay, I saw you testing your computer was it last night? Or was that today? Girl, I can't remember. Was it last night or today? Oh, I got you. Listen, Georgia Girl, when I went to the doctor the other day, he didn't even push it because he knows how I am. I'm going to go get it. But this year, I got the flu in January. I had the flu shot in September. So for years, I've taken it. Disclaimer, YouTube, nobody is encouraging, okay, or telling anyone to refrain from getting their vaccines, okay? We're just discussing the flu vaccine and what we did as it relates to ours, whether we received it or not, and what went on with us, okay? We are not medically, clinically, or professionally assessing anybody, okay? Advising anybody to do it or not do it, all right? Diagnosing, treating, we're not evaluating, and we're not prescribing, okay? We're just having a discussion about the flu vaccine as it pertains to each of us. So I'm gonna get it because I usually get it in September. I feel funny that I didn't get it And I guess I just wasn't in a big hurry this time because I'm like, I got the flu in January. And at first, years ago, I wouldn't take it. But I've been taking it for years now. So now I don't feel right that I didn't take it. So I think, that's one of those things where you can just walk in. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'm going to go ahead and get it. And that is the second time ever that I've had it. The first time, years ago, was horrible. This second time, it was bad, but I think it was worse when I had it years ago. And then this time, it was kind of funny because, the other thing is going around. So it didn't feel like, I wasn't sure if it was the flu or not because it didn't quite feel like I felt years ago. The chills weren't as bad. I had chills, but they weren't as bad. So I went to get to the doctor, get checked. And he was like, okay, you got the flu. And so it had been a couple of days because, if you don't get your medicine within the first 48 hours, unless it's really, really bad, they tell you to try and stick it out. Just go ahead and stick it out. Because it's something about after that 48-hour window, I don't know, maybe the medicine isn't designed to work past that 48 hours. But for years now, it's been that way. If you can get the antiviral within that 48-hour window, it works a lot better. But if you've gone past, you're like 3-4 days in, unless you're really, really having some issues, they typically won't give it to you. Yes. Okay, Georgia girl, exactly. That's what we have to do. We have to pray on it because, people were talking about that other vaccine because they came up with it so fast. But listen, when we saw what was going on back then, it was like you guys just pray about it. You pray about it and do everything that you can to protect yourself. Listen, God knows that we're not researchers, okay? Even those of us in the medical field, we go by what the researchers tell us. Because those are the people in the laboratories. Those are the people finding these discoveries and creating things and seeing how things work and doing the testing and things like that. The medical profession, most of us, once they have decided what works and what doesn't, or for what percentage of people, then we get it and that we use it at work, right? So, and we see a lot that the average person probably doesn't see, but still, when it's something new like that, nobody knew anything. So a lot of people were reluctant to take it, and some people took it and they just, like you said, they prayed on it, right? They prayed on it because that's all you could do. When you saw everything that was going on, it was scary. So people took it. Some people didn't take it. Some people took it and they said they prayed about it because they were so afraid of not taking it because of how it was doing people, what was going on. But and that one was new. And so the flu vaccine, the strand is different every year, but they've been using that vaccine for so long, people aren't as afraid to take it. But you still have people who they are against vaccines altogether and they won't take any. They won't take any. So for those who take them, just got to pray about it and know what the side effects are so you won't be shocked. And then sometimes you never know. If side effects may be different for that one person, something that the doctor hasn't seen before. But you just drink your fluids, stay inside, stay away from people, as long as you're contagious, and just do the things that you can to feel better. Hey, Renal family. You had yep, it is. It's no joke. It's no joke. The flu is no joke. Hey, Renal family, what are y'all doing today? Y'all ready for the holidays? Are you guys ready for the holidays? I can't wait to see what you guys do for Thanksgiving. Mama and Papa Renal, I can't wait to see what y'all do for Thanksgiving. I know y'all are ready. Renal family says, hello, everyone. Is this Papa Renal? I know you guys are going to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. A wonderful Thanksgiving. Because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to seeing y'all having a big meal. Papa Renal in that kitchen. Mama Renal in that kitchen. Helping each other, cooking. So I know y'all going to do it big. Thank you, Georgia Girl. Georgia Girl says some people say they still get sick after the shot. Yeah, it's because their body is just like with vaccines. The thing is to hopefully is that even if you still get it, like I got the flu vaccine and I still got the flu. So I can remember that it wasn't as bad as the first time I had the flu ever. So my hope or my thought, I don't know this for 100% sure because you just never know, is that hopefully the vaccine helped it not be as bad. So like they say, they can't guarantee that you won't get it, but hopefully it won't be as bad as if you had not gotten it because your body has seen some type of antibodies to it. Thank you, Georgia Girl, for welcoming in the Renard family. Renard family, I've known the Renard family for so long now, years and years. Just like Georgia Girl, we've known each other years and years. Like, it's so funny how years fly by. And if you don't pay attention, you think back like, okay, I know in 2020, because that's when a lot of people started coming onto social media, right? When that pandemic was going on. And so it's 2025. So a lot of people have known each other at least 5 years and it doesn't even seem like it. And that's at least because a lot of people were on YouTube way before that. A lot of people were on YouTube way before that. So yeah, the idea is that if you still get it, hopefully it won't be as bad. Now, you can't really know because you got it. But if you can say you had it and you didn't get that sick or it only lasted a couple of days, then hopefully that means that the vaccine worked. Hopefully that means that the vaccine worked. Hopefully that's what that means. So I think I'm gonna get it. But I was a little perturbed. I was a little mad because I got it last year and I ended up with the flu in January. But you know, that's just how it is. Sometimes the vaccine that they give you is not for the current year. So the vaccines that everybody gets during this flu season, it will be from last year's strand because they don't have this year's strand yet to formulate a vaccine. So I don't know, a lot of times people don't really understand that when they get the flu vaccine, it's from the strand of last year because this year they haven't formulated the vaccine for that one yet. So you might still get the flu, but the idea, hopefully it won't be so bad. And then sometimes, you know, people, it'll still be rough. You just never know. You just never know. But I've been getting it for so long. I got a little bit perturbed when I got it this time. So I'm like, okay, let me do what I think is the better thing to do. I'll probably end up getting it this month. I should have went on ahead and got it at my appointment, shouldn't have, Georgia Girl. I should have went ahead and got it at my appointment. Because you know, flu season is from September to March. That's like 6 months. Yeah, that's like 6 months. Flu season is like half the year. Because they don't stop giving the vaccine in most areas. I'll say many areas. They don't stop. Like you can get it up until March. It ends in March. So I guess I'll go ahead because, you know, it is going to get cold. People are going to be out and about. Different people doing different things. Everybody they don't practice, you know, precautions. One person won't practice precautions like the next person. You know, don't be obsessive, okay? Don't be obsessive. Because sometimes you can do worse. Like if you're constantly scrubbing your hands, you're aging your hands. We need to wash our hands. We need to use sanitizer when we can't wash. But when you can wash, and hopefully before you eat anything, wash your hands. When you can't, and you know, sometimes you're out, you're traveling, you're having fun, you're about to eat, and you can't get to water for whatever reason. If you haven't been really doing much, sanitize. But we need to sanitize, okay? We need to wash our hands. And don't let sanitizing be the replacement for washing your hands altogether. Don't let sanitizing be the replacement for washing your hands altogether. Sanitize your hands when you can't wash your hands. You sanitize sometimes. Some people grab sanitizer for everything. They'll go in the restroom and won't even wash their hands. Put some sanitizer on. Like, don't fix my food. Don't touch me. Don't do nothing. Okay? Okay? Don't do none of that. Because you should know better than that. Don't be doing that. Some people will not do it. They'll take sanitizer. Sanitizer is not water. It's alcohol. And it's not even 100% alcohol. And quite honestly, you shouldn't use 100% alcohol anyway. You need to use about 60 to 75%. 60 is best. So I got done. It's 27 minutes. I might as well stay on here. It's been like I think I did about 10 minutes. And I think it may have been acting up. But it's been 27 minutes. So now I'm thinking I might as well stay on here this other 2 minutes. 27 minutes and 58 seconds. I might as well go on here and stay on here and just walk a little bit more. But I've been cooling down. Thank you guys for coming in. Georgia Girl Retirement Days, Renal family, Joshua Gabriel. Joshua came in, y'all. Y'all know Joshua gonna let us know when he's first, right? Joshua was first. Okay. I appreciate you, Joshua, for coming in. I appreciate you, Georgia Girl, Betty, anybody catching this replay. Thank you for catching the replay. All right. And again, YouTube, over here in Lions Pride, we drop nuggets, okay? We drop nuggets. We drop nuggets about things that work for us, our family and friends, people we know, situations that we know about. We do not. I repeat again, professional disclaimer, because I do have a license and I do have a registration and I do have a certification that I must protect. We do not, on this app, on YouTube, okay, medically, professionally, or clinically assess, diagnose, okay, treat, evaluate, or prescribe. We just talk about things that work for us and for people we know. And at the same time, we let you know that those things may or may not work for others, okay? We have to be cautious about the information that we put out. Even if we go to websites that are legit and we read this stuff off, we have to be careful because people who may be looking for a solution may come across your live, okay? And if they hear you saying, this is a good thing, that is a good thing, they may run and try it. Even when you use a disclaimer. Even when you use a disclaimer. Because some people are just trying to figure out what might help them. You know, what might work for them. And you never know, your channel may not be made for kids, but you never know when kids are listening. Okay? You're welcome, Georgia Girl. Georgia Girl says, welcome in, everyone, and thanks for sharing. I appreciate you, Georgia Girl. Thank you for being here. You never know who's listening. Once you put out a message on social media, that's any social media platform, that message is disseminated to the masses. Even you might not see one person come through your chat, but if that live or that video is public, somebody's gonna see it. So you have to be careful about the information that you put out. You have to be knowledgeable about the information that you put out, because all of us, many of us, most of us can go and read and find it, right? So sometimes as we're talking, we put in other things about some of the situations that we're talking about. So we have to let people know. I just drop nuggets. I drop nuggets. Sometimes the member of my chat, they'll drop a nugget or two about what works for them, what they've seen work for somebody else. They'll even tell you maybe it didn't work for them, but it worked for somebody else. They may have done something and it worked for them and didn't work for their husband, or vice versa. Worked for the kids, didn't work for them. Worked for them, didn't work for the kids. So we have to really, really emphasize that, because again, even when you put out the disclaimer, even when you emphasize it, you never know who's looking for an answer. And something that you say may click with them or be an answer for them. So I have to let you guys know I have licenses to protect. All right. So I know you hear a lot of people saying a lot of things, and a lot of times people either care or don't care, or they just don't even think about it. I won't even say that they don't care, they don't even think about it. You have to be knowledgeable about the things that you're putting out. I'm never going to tell you guys something that I don't know. I haven't, gotten an education on 4 years or more, okay? Educated on, worked in the environment, and I either do it myself through my work, all right? So please, if you catch this replay, because we talked a lot about the flu vaccine today, and we really didn't go into a lot of detail. We just talked about what worked. I talked about the fact that, the strand changes it, every year. So don't be alarmed if you get it and it doesn't work. I was a little bit ticked off, and it made me slow about getting it this time, but I know the importance of it, and I plan to get it. Georgia Girl talked about having the flu before, so she got it. Because like she said, it's no joke. So we just drop nuggets over here. We just drop nuggets and tell you about things that work for us. Georgia Girl says, I tell people it's only content. Always contact your medical advisor. Yes, yes. And I have to put out a disclaimer. I have to, because, you know, when we say those things, even when you put out a disclaimer, some people will still take what you say because they're looking for an answer sometimes. They're looking for solutions, or they're looking for something that might work because maybe they tried this and this didn't work. And it doesn't have to mean that it's something like major. It could be something small. It could be a cold remedy. You know, we sometimes we talk about home remedies. So it could be something, you know, not major. And we put out the disclaimer, but people are still going to listen. So that's why I just leave it on my channel description, and I say it at least one time. At least one time. Because again, sometimes these channels, like mine is set not made for kids. But a lot of times kids come over here. A lot of times they come over here. And then sometimes, you know, adults will hear what you say, and they want to take what you say and use that as their advice. So this is not what I do. All right? So y'all, be careful with who you listen to, what you're listening to, what you take heed to. All right? Be careful about, even if it's a medical advisor on here. There are a lot of therapists, there are a lot of doctors, there are a lot of RNs, there are a lot of nurse practitioners on the internet, on YouTube and on the other platforms. But you still have to be careful about who you listen to. Always, always, always consult your primary health care provider, okay? Always, be it your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant, your RN, even your nursing assistant, okay? Even your nursing assistant, okay? Even your psychologist, your psychiatrist, your nutritionist, your dietitian. Always, 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 always consult with them, talk with them, have a communication with them, open lines of communication. Because they are the ones who know you the best, other than yourself. Uh-oh, y'all. I was trying to hit the y'all, have y'all noticed like the little, I guess you call them emojis, or the little pictures, the little symbols for YouTube? I don't know if it may be because of my own phone, like the update. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. I think my phone did an update. Y'all hate when these phones update, because sometimes they just update and you're not ready for it to update. When my phone is working in a way and functioning the way I want it to, and everything looks nice to me, I like the way things look, I will put off an update forever. They'll say, we will update at so and so at 2 a.m. I'm like, nope. And then when it drops down, it says it's time to update. I think they let you reject it for like, what, maybe 4 or 5 times. I hate it when they update the phones, because I'm like, why can't you update it without changing the appearance of things? Why can't you update without changing the appearance of things? So again, guys, please, 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 all those people I named, that's your healthcare team. It's like a football team, right? It's like a basketball team. Your coach is your doctor. You are the star of the team, right? I tell y'all all the time, they form a circle around you. That circle is the cell, or it's an atom, and you are the nucleus. The nucleus carries the DNA. The nucleus carries the most important part of the cell. So you carry the most important part, right? You need to listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to how your body feels, okay? Put those two senses together. Listen to how your body feels. And if you're exercising or whatever you're doing, if you feel discomfort or you feel any way uncomfortable, slow down, stop. Slow down and stop. Slow down and or stop. Sometimes you can just slow down and it'll feel better. Sometimes you need to stop. It's okay. Stop and do it again later, okay? So you guys remember, get you some rest whenever you can, through each and every day, throughout the day, each and every day, get you some rest, okay? For those who work during the week and you're off on the weekends, try to find a time to get you some rest in, okay? I know the kids still have homework. I know you still have events to attend, but just get you some rest. Rest, relax, Release, relate to the things you can, resolve the things you can, remember who you are, revisit some things that you used to do, and you don't know why, but you just don't do them anymore. But if those things bring you peace, relaxation, and a peace, a calmness about you, revisit those things, redo those things, right? All right? Reevaluate some things. Remove yourself from some people, places, and things, situations that are no longer conducive to being healthy for you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Hey, Angie. Angie says, hey, Lions in Georgia, girl. Thank you, Angie, for coming in. We just saying our closing words to the live. Just saying our closing words to the live. We've been on here for about 37 minutes. All right? And remember, self, SELF. All right? Self-love, self-motivation, self-dedication, self-determination. Okay? Self-evaluation, self-esteem, self-correction. Okay? Self-correction. All right? Self-respect, self-control. Okay? Thank you for coming in, Angie. We're about to get out of here. So you guys, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, probably around the same time, join me over here in Lions Pride where we just drop nuggets. Okay? We drop nuggets. So we're not giving anybody any medical or professional or clinical advice, but we're dropping nuggets. Okay? We're just dropping nuggets. All right? So you guys pick those nuggets up. You take those nuggets. You pay attention to them. You pay attention to you. See how maybe they can help you. But before implementing those nuggets, go research. Talk to your healthcare team, talk to your healthcare team, talk to your healthcare team. Make sure that the lines of communication are open between you and each member of your healthcare team. Make sure the lines of communication are open between the members of your healthcare team, right? Because you can have your regular doctor and you may have a specialty doctor, right? Your dietitian, your nutritionist, your psychologist, your psychiatrist. You want to make sure that you guys are all on one accord, all on one page. So with that being said, I wish you guys peace, positivity, and prosperity. And you guys know why. Because without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity roam and dance together all around you, if you let that stay all around you, you might fail to prosper to your fullest potential. We're not going to say you're going to fail to prosper because we don't know that. But don't let those things bother you. Remember, don't let bothered people bother you. Don't let stressed people stress you out. They're gonna bother you a little bit sometimes, but don't let them, bother you to the degree that you're stressed out. That they've bothered you, they've stressed you, and now you're bothered and stressed out. Don't let that happen, okay? Y'all hear that music? I couldn't catch it in time. That is not my music, YouTube. I do not own the rights to that music. We're outside. We outside, okay? So there's no telling what you will hear. All right, y'all. So I'm about to get in. Y'all be good, okay? For those who haven't eaten yet, what y'all gonna eat? Leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments after the live ends. Leave it in the comment section. Give us some ideas. Give everybody some ideas of some things to eat, some good things to eat on this wonderful Wednesday. All right. All right. So I'll see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride. Bye, y'all. Thank you, Angie. Thank you, Georgia Girl. Thank you, Betty from Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. Thank you, Joshua. I almost said Jordan. Jordan was in here, I think, yesterday. See y'all next time. Bye.